Hey, this is Dave from DNA Reptilia. Hoping you all had a very Merry Christmas. Today, we're talking African soft furs. Alright, once again, we're down in the rat room today. We're not going to be cleaning rat tubs. We're going to be cleaning and talk about African soft furs today. I have 12 of 15 slots filled with African soft fur rats. Right now, I'm going to bore you guys and I'm going to finish cleaning the tubs, and then we'll talk a little bit about the African soft furs themselves. Speed up for the montage. Alright, now did you seriously think I was going to make you sit down and watch the entire cleaning? Nah, I didn't do that for you. I just sped up about half the tubs and that's about it. African soft furs. Yes, they are illegal in some states, but not in this state. I'm able to breed them. But, to my knowledge, I cannot breed them and sell them and go across the state border with them. So that means I can't go to Minnesota, I can't go to Illinois, and I can't go up to Michigan. Or shipping them frozen. That I don't think is illegal in any state. You can, if you can find a breeder that does actually ship frozen rats, and they do have soft furs, give them a try. If you have that picky eater, if you have that mouser of a ball python, try African soft furs. One of our customers actually has a blood python, that is supposed to eat mice. Well, when he got it, he couldn't get it to eat any mice. Someone sent him my way to say, try African soft fur. Let's just say we're having really good results. So African soft furs are the natural prey of a ball python. There is more protein in African soft fur than what there is in regular Norwegian rats. Most of us already know that. Because of that, the ball python actually absorbs more of the rodent. So their bowel movements are a lot smaller, we'll say. Big old benefit, African soft furs, if you have some old retired breeders and you have some full-size ball pythons, they'll take them. They will take them. They will not outgrow your ball pythons. There is some African soft furs that are aggressive. As you probably saw in the speed up, I'm able to handle mine a little bit. I don't put my hand in there and hold them, but they don't turn around and purposely go after my fingers when I'm going in there to pick up the mamas. Go after and pick them up. Now, and there's babies in there that I just put in there. So they're probably scoot the babies a little closer because mamas are probably just a little cold, so they didn't want to move them over, but you know, they're not purposely biting me, but I have awareness of where their mouths are, so we're all good there. I use strictly Missouri rat and mouse formula because it has 23% protein. African Softers need extra protein. They can do okay with the Missouri 6F, but the Missouri 6F only has 19% protein. Some people supplement with high protein dog food that has 0 red dye in it. That will help, but even some of those dog foods have too much protein, and too much protein isn't very good for them neither. Alright, I forgot to add in a spot where I talk about other supplements, like what we use is whole peanuts in shell with no salt, black sunflower seeds, and also some Timothy hay. They dramatically enjoy the Timothy hay. You'll be surprised. There is multiple ways of picking up African Softers. You saw with the adults, I pick them up by their tails. You can do that with the young ones also. If they're really young, you can just kind of claw the whole pile and move them. But there's another way that I tried, and it works with pretty good results. You can pick them up like a little cat. Sometimes they twitch, and sometimes they don't. Now, it's just like how their mama picks them up when she moves them around. She picks them up by the scruff of the neck. Now, another thing that a lot of people don't talk about is their movement. The reason why I use African Softers instead of rats to start off our hatchlings off of, well, our hatchlings are on the smaller side, usually about 60 to 80 grams. And African Softers are smaller, but when they get bigger, they do move a lot more than a frozen, or a lot more than a fuzzy pup rat. Or they move a lot more than a fuzzy rat. Fuzzy rats don't move a whole lot. But the equivalent size of an African Softer, yeah, let's just say they can jump an arm's length in one bound. When you put a hopper African Softer in with your ball python, be very, very careful to be closing the tub as you're putting the African Softer in. They will jump almost immediately. Not 100% of the time, but a fair share of the time. It's like they can smell a snake and they know there's danger and they want to get out of there quick. Anything from a little hopper up to a medium-sized African Softer will jump out of the tubs. You almost got to be closing the tub as you're letting go of the tail. There's times where I hang on to the tail and I'm just literally closing the tub with just a little crack and then letting it go. Oh, another thing. They say African Softers like the warmth. Yeah, they do, probably. I don't know. We are actually down in our basement, and the warmest I let it get down here is 70 degrees. Right there, showing 68 degrees. I have a oil-filled heater down here, and I also have a vent from our furnace blowing warm air in here, even though I have a vent for exhausting ammonia smell. Between those two, it keeps it between 65 and 70 degrees down here during the winter, which is now. And I put the oil heater off to the side for the summer months because it stays 70 degrees down here, between 65 and 70 degrees during the summer with no air conditioning, no heat, no nothing. So, African soft furs can reproduce in cooler climates. Give them something firm to chew on, they won't chew out. They love to chew. If you don't give them anything to chew on, they'll chew anything they can find. I also put toilet paper cores, paper rolls, from paper towel, toilet paper, throw them in there, they'll chew them up, and then the other half of it, they put it in for nesting. You probably saw some of that while I was cleaning the tubs too. It's a good way to recycle. We use hemp bedding for the African soft furs. Nothing but hemp for the African soft furs. Their poo is a lot smaller, so it's able to get mixed in with the hemp a lot easier, so they're not stepping on their own poo. I know pine is cheaper, but it doesn't last as long as hemp bedding. African soft furs go to the bathroom in the same spot in the tub. They find a spot, they go there, they consistently go there. Hemp reduces the smell from the African soft furs that don't smell much. It reduces the smell even more. To be completely honest, I only change these tubs once a month because of the hemp. The hemp mixes in their poo a lot easier, so they're not stepping on their own poo. It reduces the amount of ammonia that is produced from every tub. That's a win. It's less that I have to do changing these, even though I go through and I take what I need for our ball pythons. I hate to say it, this video is getting fairly long. If you have any questions, or if you think that I said something completely wrong, let me know down in the comments, please. But until next time, please like this video, share the knowledge, and subscribe to our channel, please. Hit that bell notification so you know when we put up a video for the next time. And until then, see you guys later.